If you've got a boat with a stereo system in it that came from the factory that way, chances are the stereo system pretty well sucks. They're going to be marine grade stereo heads, marine grade speakers. Yeah, they're waterproof, they're very expensive, but they sound like crap. So in this video, I'll be replacing the speakers in this boat with these JBL club speakers. I've used these club speakers for at least the last 10 years. I've put them in cars, trucks, boats, you name it, I've put these speakers in it. This is probably the 4th or 5th set that I've put into a boat with no issue since. No, they're not marine grade speakers. No, they're not waterproof, but they're in an area that's never going to get water. It's going to get some sun, which I really don't worry about. Some of the other speakers I've installed in my other boats, the orange on the speaker is a little faded out. Other than that, they still work perfect. So as far as speakers go, you can get better speakers, but just not best bang for the buck. At the price of these and the sound quality, you just can't beat it. So let's go ahead and get them installed. Got the speakers out of the box. I just want to show you a close-up view of them. Here's the front side, and here's the back side. Now I've already removed the old factory speaker, and here's the speaker wiring. And then I labeled these connectors. You can see a P and an N, so my positive and negative. That way when I connect these to the new speaker, I know which one's which. If these terminals don't fit, I may have to cut them off and use something else, but at least I know which one's positive and negative and don't get it mixed up. Once you pull these off the speaker, look at the speaker and figure out which one's positive and negative. If you can't figure that out or you don't know, you may have to pull your head unit out, and it was usually a diagram on the actual stereo. And that will tell you which ones are positive and negative. So if you look on the back of the speaker, you see how I have a wide terminal and a very narrow one. So I'm going to have to cut those original terminals off and put on some new ones. So I've got my new terminals on. Usually the positive is going to be the wider and the negative is going to be the narrow. And also if you can't figure out on your wiring, sometimes the positive is going to be the brighter colored one and the negative will be the darker. Or sometimes the positive will have a silver wire and the negative will look kind of copper. All right, I've got the speaker wire connected to the terminals. I got the speaker just kind of sitting in here. I'm just going to turn on the stereo and test it out. I want to make sure it's going to work before I go ahead and go through all the trouble of putting the grill and remounting it. All right, now that I know the speaker works, I'm going to go ahead and remount the original speaker grill so it looks like it came from the factory that way. Now I got the original speaker grill back on, so it pretty much looks original, but sounds awesome. Now that I got both speakers in, this job is complete. Now if you're looking for new speakers for your boat, there's no reason to spend $350 on those marine waterproof speakers. You can buy 3 sets of these for the same price. I've had these last at least 5 years and still going, so I have no issues with them. Now these do come in 3-inch, 4-inch, I believe 5 and 6.5, somewhere in there. So depending on the hole size in your boat where your speakers are, it's going to depend on what speaker size you want to put in. Now if you have room to, let's say you remove this 4-inch speaker and you have room to make a bigger hole and put in a 6-inch, I'd recommend doing that. So if you decide on using these JBL Club speakers, you're not going to regret it. They sound great, especially for the cost. I'll put a link in the description below on how to buy these off Amazon. Have them show up at your doorstep in 1 to 2 days. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.